Wait, that can't be right. I guess we gotta sneak away. I can't stay in this room longer. I don't know if I found all that there is to find, but I won't waste the opportunity and risk straining our relationship any further. I moved swiftly but stealthily out of the room, closing the door with little noise on the way out. I spare no second for my escape. I need to put as much distance between us as possible, and fast. Oh yeah! Yeah, he did, because he thought there was an assassin in there, and he just But it was me! When I round the corner and reach the stairs at the end of the hall, the door slides open again. I hear where he is now, and know better than to stop moving. Panels rush by in a blur. I keep my footsteps quiet as I ascend the stairs, counting on the dimness as much as the speed of my escape. I can only relax after I enter the throne room and finally shut the door behind me. My heart races with anticipation as I rest my back against the wall and listen for any sounds that speak of onigiri following me. Seconds pass, then a minute, and more. When silence is my only companion, I finally breathe more easily, and let myself slump against the wall with a sigh. The weight of the moment descends upon me and tiredness follows soon after. Once I've caught my breath, I start to try and sort my thoughts. My people have turned against me, and my closest companion has thrown his lot with them. It doesn't feel real. Maybe it never does until the truth is so close to your face that you can't turn away from it anymore. I feel hollow, dissonance in my chest emerging as a bitter laugh. In the end, I've come full circle, back to where I was before the clan. Alone. I rake a hand through my hair, weighed down by conspiracies and my own suspicions. I'm not a stranger to deserters, or worse, traitors. I have always been aware of human weaknesses, the imperfections wrought from their temptations. And yet, in spite of knowing, I don't want to. No, I can't bear to doubt my clansmen. How could I? My clan chose me to be their lord, and I chose them in return. We've shared the same harvest and struggled under the same sun. We should always be moving forward, or at the very least moving together, but now it feels like we're moving apart. Is this what it's all come down to? The world telling me I'm a fool for trying to aid humanity and create a safe haven for us all. I suppose it's only natural, when all good things must come to an end. I simply didn't think the end would come so soon. Waves of emotions roll and crash into me, one after the other. Disappointment, despair, anger at others, anger at myself for believing them, for trusting them. It's overwhelming. I stay rooted to my position on the floor for a while. Numbness spreads as uncertainty clutches at my chest. The emotional torrent leaves my thoughts flowing rapidly, but it always comes back to the same question. Where should this leave me? Now that I know the truth, what should I do about it? The answer should be simple. Confront my people and confront onigiri. I should face this like any opponent, with a weapon drawn, and no fear. But can I? I don't know. I've been so blind to the truth, willfully ignoring all signs of it time and again. When I finally saw what was in front of me, I convinced myself that it couldn't be true. All because I wanted to believe in my own delusion. How can I trust myself with this? Should I trust myself with this? I need a walk. I need to think, clear my head. I need to do something, anything but stay here. Who's that? Deep in my own thoughts, I meander through the halls. The candlelit lanterns spread throughout the corridors, flicker quietly in the cold drafts, casting shuddering shadows across my every movement. It does not take me long to realize that the servants I would have normally passed cannot be found, and the castle appears unusually empty. That looks like Reimu. I look around, and where on earth is everyone? But as I walk even further, the lantern light grows dimmer. Strange. I mutter to myself, cautious with every step. Shadows sinisterly stretch and creep across the walls, while a far-off whisper in its darkness seems to echo in my ears. Every now and then the wooden floor panels creak under my weight, and behind me I feel... Whirling around, I stop and grasp the hilt of my blade. I feel a breath, cold like a wisp of bitter winter, a malevolent presence that is far too great to be a lesser yokai. A ghost, in a tattered and moth-ridden dress, moves in the darkness, moaning in distorted agony as it sways in place. Its hair floats and curls into the shadows like tendrils of pale flames. You should have known better than to enter my domain. I seethe, charged with distinct animosity. How on earth did such a foul entity slip past Onigiri? As its mouth parts ominously, I take a stance and prepare myself to unsheath my sword. Chat quickly, what does that say? Epi? Is it? Does it say Epi? Apex? Ape? Ape? Floundering as it points a finger at me, it gives a gaze of unbridled disgust towards my own confused expression. The stench. The stench, it's unbearable. What? Excuse me? You! You smell awful! It shrieks, disappearing into the fading darkness, its distressed voice waning in a miserable echo. The horrible sound seems to linger in my ears even as I shudder and smell myself. I washed myself, didn't I? I'm sure I did. Something tells me this won't be the last time I encounter such a fiend. So, Reimu is in this game and she appears and says Apex and then tells me I smell bad. Incredible. Incredible. Yo. Courtyard we go. I spot a pea-green entity out of the corner of my eyes, which stops me in my steps. Squinting, I realize it's a small frog taking a moonlit stroll across the courtyard pond. She really said, "You smell," and just disappeared. Well, hello there. Hello there. Are you alright? I crouch down to approach and see its glossy eyes. An unexplained wave of familiarity surges through me. How strange. This is our first meeting, and yet I feel like I've seen you before. Have we met, little one? This is quite the mystery. I extend my hand to it, but it withdraws with fear and hops away. I feel disappointment sink in my chest as I sigh bitterly. Another one to leave me, then. You must have your reasons. That look in your eyes. Why do you look at me with such fear? What have I done to deserve it? Only the wind can hear my questions, and I know I will never find the answers. I straighten to leave, but after a couple steps, I look back at the direction the frog went. Live well. If we are to meet again, I hope you can forgive me for whatever I've done. With that, I depart from the pond and resume my walk. Entering the marketplace, I feel like I've hit a low I've never felt before. If I'm honest, the more I consider it, the more I think I'm ready to confront Onigiri yet. I don't think I'm ready to confront Onigiri yet, nor am I foolish enough to call a clan meeting while my kindred's loyalty is suspect. Part of me doesn't want to see anyone, but I'm not sure I want to be alone either. Maybe if I take the edge off, then it's just a matter of deciding if I want company. The night is very quiet, aside from the soft, tentative plucks of a koto being tuned. I see a vendor offering me a cup of sake, and I manage to say a polite hello, a quick thank you, and then down a bit of liquid courage. I'm hesitant to linger anywhere just yet. I see a cluster of kindred. I need some solace, but for once, I don't think I can accept their comfort. Maybe I can get something else, the truth, if I'm ready to hear it. Still, I was intending to get some distance from my concerns, not look at them up close. It might be better to try a brand new tactic. There's a distraction if I've ever seen one on my left, someone I haven't met. I was thinking the same thing. I was like, shit, who's that? Hello? After a few drinks, maybe I can just enjoy the music and get through the night in one piece. Do I take a chance on those I thought I knew? Hold it together a little longer for the clan? Or do I take this upside-down feeling of mine and embrace it? Cast my expectations to the wind and try for whatever the night will give me? I know I can't have both. So it's basically... Alright, well, quick save. It's kind of implying that there's a choice to be made. Okay, Sexy, but intriguingly sexy. Let's go for this lady. I should just focus on making it through the first night and see what shape I'm in. I take half a step and swing myself towards what I can only hope is distraction incarnate. The degree to which I am right doesn't even register to me until I'm practically on top of him. Oh no, he's hot! What? Forget the clan for a moment. Hello, Music Man? Music Man! Strong arms, a sculpted chest, an ass that would be generous on a woman. What are you wearing? What am I looking at? No one man should have all this going on for him. Split that shit between at least 3 other people. The sum of your parts defies all natural order. This is unreasonable. And did I mention incredibly hot? He's looking respectfully, but something in the corner of his eye is decidedly more familiar. I could tell he's yokai, but I don't remember hearing about his visit. I have the feeling I shouldn't trust him, particularly given my situation. My, how fortune favors me today. Greetings, Lord Akuma. May I pour you a drink? Music Man! May I pour you a drink? How about you tell me first who's responsible for admitting you into my domain without my say-so? Your say-so? Ah. Probably Onigiri. Something feels off-key about him already. He's too comfortable, acting as though he's answering a summons rather than just showing up uninvited. But if Onigiri let him in and didn't say anything... In truth, I would have come to see you earlier, but you were already occupied. But I should count myself lucky I get to meet you tonight, face to face. I feel my pulse quicken. Is he part of the uprising? I know that look. Perhaps you'd like to spend the evening with me. Okay, maybe a different kind of uprising. Still, I doubt the nature of his presence. I feel some discord, but I can't put my finger on it. Rather bold, aren't we? I assume that's why you've come. Hoping to get into my bed. I'm just passing through. But I wanted to meet someone like myself. They say you don't eat humans. You're known to care for them, do you not? Oh. Our conversation takes an unexpected turn. He seems to think we might be kindred spirits. I've never met anyone else among the yokai who involves themselves in the lives and stories of humans. Part of me worries that it could be a trick. Perhaps he's telling me what I want to hear. Look at his earrings. Oh, wait a minute. It's a very nice community. People seem happy under you. Oh, people are generally very happy to be under me. I'm sure every good boy does fine when you're on top of things. The girls too. I look after all who are in my clan. I ask only for their loyalty in return. That's not much to ask. Thank you. In fact, I might say you're being too soft on them. I assure you I can be quite firm if the situation calls for it. Oh, I don't doubt. All good leaders are flexible, as sure as cows eat grass. Funny little man. Well, a little. I wanted to talk a little more, but I know better than to trust anything that seems too good to be true. I need more alcohol. I'm looking for cracks in this facade when this motherfucker looks me straight in the eye and says, "So, if you're up to the challenge, my lord, I've got something to put in you." As he slaps a container of sake down on the table beside his instrument, all I can think is, all these bold pickup lines. Who does this guy think he is? Me? Zoe, thank you for the super. I'm the dominant one here, but I think I'll need a tonic for this conversation. I look at him, really look at him before I speak. That's my line. Now it's mine. Forget majorly flustered. He's not even minorly flustered. The brass balls on this fiend. I feel like this is an omen of some kind. The more I look at him, I feel as though I've broken down and part of me has stopped working the way it should. He pours me some sake and lifts his eyebrows. Glancing down at my cup and back up at him, I realize I don't care what kind of omen he is. I down my drink and he does the same, swallowing easily. Noted. Setting his cup down, he returns to adjusting his instrument, though his gaze lingers. You're staring. So are you. At your eyes. There's a story there, but I'm not one to pry. Perhaps you'd like to hear one instead. I like to think of my songs as stories without words. Alright, tell me a story then.
Hold my pipe?
Hold your pipe? I barely know you.
We can correct that tonight.
Give me the damn pipe. I need this for myself.
It likes a slow drag.
Play or I'll drag you, and it will not be slow.
Promise?
I've been hoping he couldn't count past 10, but no. Measure by measure, my anticipation grows. I can't refrain from leaning into his banter quite firmly. It's always been my forte, and I'm not used to having it reflected back at me so quickly. I thought his initial wit might have been accidental, but when none of my jokes fell full flat, I realize he's quite sharp. I have never felt so immediately affronted by reality. I imagine trying to forget and drown your sorrows, and then some steamy chimera just waltzes into your life, marches right in, and well, you can't even care. I want to drink him in, and I want him to go to my head like this alcohol, and seeing all that strength wound so tightly, do you sound half as pleasant as that instrument when you're plucked?
You'll have to get a bit more hands-on if you want to find out.
Yes, I think I'll have to... Shit, I'm staring. I'm not composed. I'm better than this. He's making overtures and I'm staring. I blame the alcohol.
Not going to slip something in there?
I'm not a slut, but who knows?
I'll make it my top priority to find out.
Make it a bottom priority.
A tip for you, my lord. That means less of a priority.
I'll be the one giving the tips here. I'll give you a tip.
You're welcome to try.
Oh, I can take you. I'm focusing too much on keeping score, while he's returning whatever I give him without breaking the rhythm. On the scale, body is a 10. Mind is at least an 8. And of course, I'm the same and he knows it, but I refuse to believe we're evenly matched.
I'll have him on his knees soon enough.
Maybe on all fours. Still, I've been expecting him to break down under my scrutiny, not get any stronger under it. This is ridiculous. I don't know why I'm still trying to make sense of any of this. Tonight, I think I want to embrace the absurd. He's hot, and he's right here, and he wants me. He keeps baiting me, masterfully. I just keep falling for it. Jerk. I just want to forget my problems, and fuck, he is working for me! We drink until everything has a glow of warmth, and we're both the right level of tipsy. It's mere clumsiness when our hands meet to pour another round, and the sake spills on him. We snicker in unison.
You've got me wet.
Oh, you can do that, can you?
Apparently, with your help.
Listen here, you sexy fever dream.
As fun as this is, I think I'm gonna head back. You wanna come with me?
You're damn right I want to come. That's not the sake talking, the magic's here. I can hardly believe the turn the night has taken. It's just what I needed.
Let's beat it together then.
Oh, you really are a little bit of everything I like in a man. No one bats an eye as we leave together. I'm lit from within, fire in my veins as I follow him. The walk isn't long, which is probably for the best. We reach our destination. He sets his instruments aside and opens the partition. We regard each other equally now, with a reckless, destructive, welcome hunger. His smirk matches my own.
Enter if you dare.
Come with a warning, do you?
Always. It's polite.
You? Whenever I please. Rude. I'll do what I want.
Is your warning explosive, then?
Enough to make you see stars.
I'll hold you to that.
I bare my shoulder and he bears his in kind. As it turns out, he is no less expressive than in his heart. When it comes, the clarity hits me hard, but I have no regrets about the company I keep. Oh my goodness, we got a CG! Fuck me! I find him surprisingly tender and attentive once the tension's been released between us. Right now, he's my pillow. I look at the ceiling, sore and satisfied until I remember. And when I remember, my pleasure turns to ash in my mouth. Fuck.
4 minutes and 33 seconds.
Pardon?
I wondered how long my performance could keep a man like you speechless. I have my answer.
Oh, you smug little shit, I'll take your distraction. You came right when I needed you to. And he smiles down at me. I think I got lucky tonight in more ways than one. And here I thought I was going too hard on you.
Not possible.
I think it is.
I beg to differ.
You'll be begging, alright? I like challenges. I cling to the excitement of it despite my unease and trepidation. It's something to focus on. You're welcome to stay a while. Perhaps with me at the castle. You can play your music for the clan, and I'll play with you. His smile widens at first, but then softens with sadness.
I wish I could. My ship's setting sail soon. Later tonight.
Oh. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't at least hoping for an encore. Even covered up again, I still feel laid bare in more ways than I expected tonight. Still, I'm glad I could fit you in. I laugh a little, despite myself. Part of me knows when he goes, there'll be nothing to distract me from my thoughts or the truth. I don't want to be left alone right now, but I'm not the sort of man who asks someone to stay.
You could come with me.
I thought I did.
You did? You could do it again. Think about it.
Your words and your voice, my instrument. We've already made some beautiful music together. Why not make some more? Komaki, thank you for the super. The silence hangs longer than it should, like a frown over that unspoken point. I can't bring myself to do anything but rest there, so he speaks for me.
When you came to me tonight,
you looked like you wanted to get away. Whatever's keeping you here, it doesn't look like it's making you unhappy. It was. I thought it was. More than anything, I close my eyes and focus on the feeling of fingertips on my skin. I have a responsibility to my clan. I can't just abandon them.
I can respect that. Humans rarely live in such harmony with one another. You've done well here.
Perhaps you think it would all come crashing down without you. And it wouldn't be right to leave.
Nothing in this world is permanent, Lord Akuma. But I don't blame you for wanting to build something lasting. Someday, when things feel stable enough, I hope you'll feel like you can go. You deserve happiness as much as anyone.
It takes a moment, but his counterpoint really strikes a chord with me. I feel as though I'm being roused from a dream and feel fine, only to look down and see myself bleeding out from a waking wound. Here I am, trying to chase fantasy, and truth has found me anyway. I know it's true. They don't need me. They never had, not really. It's never been about that. I just wanted to share our lives and have us all be better for it. Things are better though, aren't they? Are they not good enough? Aren't we happier together, Kindred? Have I asked too much of you? Or did something come between us and I just didn't realize? I've cut down those who've broken their vow and left before. Keeping tight control of the clan and these lands ensures my kindred's safety. I don't know how else I can care for them. I've been willing to cut down the few to protect the many and to preserve what we've made here. But I cannot, will not, slay a town of my own people. Perhaps it's something I did or something I didn't do. Maybe they've just outgrown me. Whatever it is, if they agree on it, it wouldn't be right for me to punish them. I should be the one to move on. And there doesn't need to be bloodshed for my sake. Under my anger, past my pain, I want them to be happy. And still. Yeah. The pit in my stomach is nothing compared to the hole in my heart where 522 people used to live. Alright. I'll do what I have to. If I can get over it, it'll all be okay. I tell myself a series of truths, lies, and half-truths. I could pretend they're all equally valid because I know that they will be, in time, as long as I allow that to happen. I can survive this. It doesn't have to be a bad thing that it turns out this way. Fate has handed me a very convenient consolation gift, an easy way out. Its price is letting go of my pride, and them. If I stay, it'll only get worse, and then I'll be the one to blame, and I won't have that. I'll do this for the clan. It's the right thing to do. It'll be good for everyone. This is probably the best outcome I can hope for, right? I look to my way out. I'm grateful in a way that he's been quiet this whole time. I've sorted my thoughts in the downbeat. Things are moving fast. The tempo of our conversation this whole night and they're about to move faster because I've made my decision. When does your ship leave?
Tonight before midnight.
I'll come with you.
He looks surprised. His smile is unexpectedly tender. I didn't think you would. I'm happy to hear you say that, Lord Akuma.
Vox.
All right. I'm happy to hear that, Vox. What changed your mind? Everyone deserves happiness. Including you?
Including my clan.
Including
me.
I feel better about having said it aloud,
even if it means faking it a while. I may have a lot to look forward to if I'm willing to simply embrace what comes my way. This night is proof. I can build a good life elsewhere. See the world and hear its wonderful stories. There's as much to do as I'm willing. But I won't ever forget my time here. I'll be thankful for what I had, when I had it. I know I will, because you've already touched me. You've already made me so happy. I'll be alright.
That night, under the light of the moon, I smile as a handsome stranger takes me by the hand and we board our ship together. Staring down at the still water, I look at the reflection of a man and tell myself he is enough. Maybe not forever, but for today and tomorrow, at least. I don't look back yet, but when I do, I'll remember everything I loved about you. I'll miss you, kindred. Remember, don't just look at the surface of what you're handed. Don't give up and don't give in. Don't settle for anything less than your own happy ending. You can do that, can't you? Don't do it for me, but do it for yourself.
Oh my god, that was one of the endings! Wait, that can't be right. Holy shit. When I walked into this game, I was expecting something good. I wasn't expecting it to genuinely choke me up a little bit. That was beautiful. Oh my goodness.